You've probably seen Bryan Johnson on YouTube, Instagram, or you might have even seen his Netflix special. He is the billionaire trying to not die. And he calls himself the healthiest person in the world.
I am the most healthy person in the entire world.
And he's spending millions of dollars on anti-aging protocols to prove it. I'd have made a video before explaining why I think he's not fully following science. But now, there's even more that's come to light. So I came across a 30-day Instagram video series asking, is Bryan Johnson a fraud?
This is day 1 of 30, probing if Bryan Johnson's story is a scam.
And what I found was absolutely wild. So in this video, I'm gonna go into a deep dive into Blueprint, what it is, what it promises, and whether or not it's legit, or whether it's just clever marketing, and whether you've been duped. There are 8 main points that I want to get through. The first one is olive oil. Is it a miracle, or is it just marketing? The second one is a speed of aging test. Is it science, or is it just smoke and mirrors? The third one is Bryan Johnson's biomarkers. Are they the best in the world, or are they best manipulated? Number 4 is Bryan Johnson's supplements really the best? The fifth one is the truth about Bryan Johnson's perfect body and erections. Number 6 is the meal plan that Bryan Johnson follows. Is it scientifically optimized, or is it just repackaged? Number 7, is Bryan Johnson just a really good storyteller? And then number 8, is Blueprint a passion project or a business? And before getting into it, it's not a criticism of Bryan Johnson himself. It's a criticism of the data and the whole marketing behind Blueprint. And I just want to say that this video hasn't come directly from me. As mentioned, I saw this on Instagram, and the guy that I saw it from is called Will Everett. So I'll link his Instagram in the bio so you can check out that full story yourself. So section 1, the olive oil Olympics. Bryan Johnson sells his own brand of extra virgin olive oil, calling it the best priced, highest quality Evo on the market.
We've priced this Evo. I think it is the best priced Evo for the quality on market. Let me know your thoughts, but like it legit, we have basically like almost no profit on this thing.
And he even says it's better than Ozempic for weight loss, which is a massive claim. Delicious, but massive. But here's the thing, his bottle doesn't even tell you when the olives were harvested. And that's like olive oil 101. It only shows a fill date, which is basically like buying milk and only being told when they poured it into the cartons. Cool, but how old is it? Even Bryan Johnson himself used to buy a cheaper, fresher brand with higher polyphenols. So if money isn't his goal, why is he selling a downgrade? Suddenly, it's not about profit, starts to smell a little bit processed. But this isn't Bryan's only slippery claim. We're going to talk about his favourite party trick, slowing down aging. Bryan says he's reversed his age by 31 years and sells speed of aging tests. So now you can see how old you really are. But those tests that he sells, they don't actually predict how long you'll live. Bryan himself has said, yeah, they're not really that useful.
So if they've never been used to test future lifespan, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't assert like you're
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, given that is the case, how much confidence can we have about it being a predictive tool that's of any utility?
Yeah, none.
And just for fun, a guy who eats McDonald's every day beat Bryan's score. And his secret, Big Macs and anxiety, apparently. So if the test doesn't mean much, why sell it? Maybe because speed of aging sounds a lot cooler than marketing gimmick 3000. If you thought that was a stretch, wait till we dig into Bryan's I'm the healthiest man alive claim. One of Bryan's favourite lines is, I'm the healthiest person on the planet. And he's got spreadsheets to prove it. Only his spreadsheet is missing a lot. Like 70 plus markers you'd expect from someone selling a $375 blood test. And he pirated the spreadsheet after people started asking too many questions. So his transparency isn't what it used to be. So either Bryan's hiding the data or he's selling tests with stuff he doesn't even care about. But the plot twist is, the healthiest guy on earth might be allergic to full disclosure. So let's slide into the supplement aisle, where things get even spicier. Bryan calls his supplements the most tested and cleanest on the market, and he even roasts the brands like AG1 for being shady. Except his own vegan supplement has zero B12. And that's like selling a car with no wheels. Some capsules were missing key ingredients, others had triple the selenium, which is great if you're trying to become radioactive. But instead of fixing it right away, Blueprint sold the faulty stuff for months. Then, poof, the lab's report vanished from the website. The transparency diet strikes again. So let's talk about the body he's selling you, because it turns out that it might be more Hollywood than health food. The Bryan flexes glowing skill, ripped muscles, and elite nighttime erections.
Nobody knows their nighttime erections. No one measures it. And the idea is just funny.
Yeah.
So I'm just messing around. But I suppose those who don't know I'm tongue in cheek would be like, I don't understand the situation.
Yeah.
So fair point.
But he doesn't mention the fat injections in the face, the lasers, the microneedling, the microbotox, the shockwave therapy to the crotch, and Cialis. A lot of Cialis. So when Bryan says his results are all from Blueprint, maybe he means that the blueprint for cosmetic procedures, not spinach and 60 pills a day.
One thing I did before I forget, I can't ignore the fact that you posted like 2 hours ago about injecting your penis.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the food, because if you're gonna buy his meal plan thinking it's a custom design for longevity monks, you might be in for a surprise. Bryan's Blueprint meal is supposed to be the ultimate diet for living forever, which sounds very intense. But it turns out it's just rebranded meals from another company, Territory Foods. Basically, he stuck a Blueprint logo on someone else's lasagna. So the meal plan is a fancy box with the same cereal. Every calorie has to fight for its life, Bryan says, unless it's already been cooked, packed, and sold by someone else. Then it just has to wear a new name tag. But that's not the only way Bryan's selling the illusion. Let's talk about the real product, his words. Bryan speaks like a sci-fi philosopher. He says he's opted into an algorithm that takes better care of him than he can himself, which translates to he works out, he eats vegetables and gets blood tests. But it sounds like he's plugged into the Matrix.
You opt into an algorithm that takes better care of me than I can myself.
Bryan says he's used an advanced life optimizing algorithm, but in reality it's this. By using fancy, vague language, Bryan makes Blueprint seem like a secret club of tech wizards instead of basic health habits with a side of storytelling. So what is Blueprint really? Brand play. Bryan swears that Blueprint wasn't created for profit, it's just a personal experiment. Except from day one the site was full of affiliate links. And now he sells the very test he said he had no stake in. And everything is under the Blueprint brand. Coincidence? Probably not. It's less open science and more startup pitch with 6-pack abs. The healthiest man alive also happens to be a marketing genius. So after all this, what's the final call? As Will Everett said, is Bryan Johnson just cake? His story is polished, viral and exciting, but is he a health pioneer or just a really well frosted piece of cake? His olive oil is questionable, his supplements had issues, his tests are shaky, his data isn't complete, his meals are rebranded, his body is enhanced, and his story is professionally crafted. So is Bryan the blueprint for the future of health, or is the future of health just marketing? You decide. Just don't forget to check the harvest date.